Welcome back to Northern Lights Disc Golf. I'm Brian Lagergren.
And I'm Bart Peterson.
Today we have the second round back nine coverage of the Lake Superior Open on the Hidden Meadows course at Montauk Resort, Superior, Wisconsin.
Hole 10, 190 feet, dead straight, musket birdie, little uphill, and looks like we got Alex Geisinger leading off.
This is the rusty chains hole.
Yeah, he's parked for two, so good on him to start out his back nine the right way. Riley Brenner, gonna try to just cut this gap back in.
That's an
I mean, he didn't ace it. He's a little short, so he's definitely got a two look. A lot of guys on the car there looked like they were saying but
This is a must get. Shortest hole on the course.
Cale's looking good.
It's got a nice backdrop. He can't really go past it.
Right. Adam wanted some more turn out of this, and he just left it out there left side. And he's got a straddle around this stump and some other things, but it's still makeable too. Good on him for making that two. Birdie starting his background nicely. And there's Cale's drive, nice and close.
Looks like a little wind blowing.
Oh, he hates
Oh,
that.
dirty.
He got the rusty chain knock. He's dropping into three, a little frustrated, but that's fine. He's under par right now. And, he's just hoping to coast to like low 50s maybe. Alex here, he's tapping into two. This pretty big course. I mean, it's par 59, a couple four, 1-4 and 2 5s in the course, and we got an easier hole here, but in 2 or 3 holes, the course is really going to start showing its teeth. Hole 11, 345, you're playing out of a tunnel here. And then it goes into a clearing, and it's really dead straight. There's a little elevation change, but nothing really notable. And Alex is going to try to get this with a forehand.
Got pretty lucky there.
Yeah, he likes that.
You really need to get off the tee on this hole.
Yeah, he didn't like the tree hit, but being in the center is going to help him out a lot to get that three. Who do we got here? Was this Riley?
Here, yeah, this is Riley.
Yeah, Riley's looking to throw this one backhand. He got on that left side too. Maybe it can grease, but it just didn't work out. So Cale dropped at the bottom of the card with that par. But I mean, he might be coming back up if he can park this for a two.
Yeah, let's see if Cale can get out. All three of those guys hit a tree.
I mean, if I've ever seen an M4 shot, this is it. It's right in that mid 300 range, and if he leans on this M4, he can totally reach it, no problem. And he's gutted it, but it's not going to get that turn. It's just kind of floating.
His new M4
must be a new one.
Very beat in at that time.
Yeah, what does he got, like 8 of them in his bag or something?
He's probably got at least 4 of them in there at any time.
Alex is happy with that upshot. He's got a great touch on the forehand. Riley's struggling because you can see he's got that pine tree right in front of him with those low balls. And he's got to play kind of a tricky shot. But you just got to beat like 10, 15 feet, and then it's pretty much open for him. So let's see what he can do.
Great shot.
There you go.
Yeah, a little cut roll at the end, but he's still in a position to maybe save 3.
Adam gets himself back out to the edge.
Yeah, he's on the edge, looking at that 3, but I mean, it's more than likely going to be a 4. He's got kind of a really obstructed lie.
Yeah, and you can see that tree, the hanging tree right there. It almost looks like it's floating in front of the basket. He's got to go around that. There he is.
Yeah, it kind of jets out from that hillside. And,
yeah.
He's got to shape his shot around that, and it just wasn't really a makeable play. Riley's got a long look to save his 3, and we've got some conditions picking up. The sun's shining, but the wind's blowing down, and they really had kind of calmer conditions in the first 9 holes of their round today. But it was a makeable putt.
think the front's a little more wooded. I mean, you do have hole 5, which is pretty wide open, but
Yeah, hard to get a wind read.
5 and 9 really, I think, are the only, or maybe 7 as well. But
And some of these holes, they get some swirly wind, and that can really affect the way you navigate the hole.
Good
He
bid.
wanted that to drop to save a 3, but he'll be leaving with a 4. This is where Cale's drive ended up. He's over in this. It's kind of a tough spot. There's some down trees and some other things in there, and he might have a kind of a tricky stance. Looks like he's got a window at the basket.
yeah, a little obstructed, but
Here's his putt for birdie.
nice.
So that's going to put him at the top of the box, and he's an excellent player, and he's really playing well today. And he ain't going to stay on the bottom of the box long. This is Adam for 4.
Yeah, take your medicine. That's what happens. You don't get off the tee.
Yeah, it's tough. He cut that hole into 4 shots. It's under 400 feet. So, as a talented player, you're kind of looking back at that on the scorecard, thinking, "How did I get that number?" But hole 12 here, 245. This one plays left to right. Great for forehand, right hand, forehand. These guys are probably going to launch a couple high turnover shots, but
You'll probably see a few forehands too. You got Alex, so
Alex wants to throw that forehand. Cale's, he really relies on backhand turnovers in place of that forehand.
and then Adam, you see throwing like 50-50 forehand, backhand.
Yeah, I think this is Alex throwing a zone here. So that's a huge reach on a short approach disc, but he's got the arm speed.
You don't want to go long on this hole.
Exactly,
It
yeah.
slants downhill. You go like 50 feet long, if not longer, you're going to start going. You could roll and get way down there.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are going to want to throw more of a fairway than a distance driver on this, even though it's kind of short. You kind of need that. Fairway speed to get there, but once you get into that driver speed class, it can get you going long, and you're in trouble. You're throwing a pier hyzer here, so you got to kind of club up a little bit. But these guys are playing it well. Had him through that forehand to this position.
Ayo!
Nice birdie.
Loving that. Looks like next up's going to be Alex. He threw his zone to pin deep, so gives you an idea of what he's got for arm speed.
There you go.
Probably got away with one there. I mean, he knows it, but he still got a birdie,
Looks
and
like
there's
my
no
old
room
putt.
for comments on the scorecards. So
Left side dunker. That's my specialty.
Cale's laughing that one off, and here we got Riley looking to convert for his too.
All right, Riles.
He likes that.
Less pollution.
I don't know. I always feel good when I'm here.
Yep. These guys love these conditions. We're in northwestern Wisconsin here, just outside of Duluth, and it's just beautiful conditions this day. Hole 13, 675. This one's got all sorts of action. It starts going straight, a little bit right. Alex is going to show us the way to get us into the landing zone, basically. But for some reason, his disc did not want a hyzer.
He should have a decent look over there. He didn't get kicked too far.
And Cale's going to set out this backhand turnover. And hopefully it's a pretty flippy disc, because we saw his M4 get a little straight.
Oh, what a kick.
Perfect kiss.
Okay.
Dead center.
Put him right in the spot where he wants to
Yeah.
be.
That's a Minnesota love, Wisconsin love for one of this region's best players. Riley just wants to bite off that same line.
That's a shot I like.
Yeah, that's a
Riles.
great shot.
Maybe just a little higher, you get a little bit more D, but he's going to be dead nuts in the middle.
Yeah, Adam hates that. This
Yeah.
right side, if you're early like that, there's just nothing. You could even sometimes just throw.
He's going to
Patent
have to just
pending.
pitch out here.
You could do forehand roller, just try to maybe cut some trees with the forehand like he did here. But Alex is still wondering about the hole. He's got a lot left. He's probably still looking at 400 plus.
Yeah, you want to get out into that next field there and get as far across it as you can.
He's got to step out forehand here. He's got the arm speed, even from a standstill on a knee. He can still reach that next gap. And he's put it up high. That's going to have to flex back around. But, these guys play a whole different game than the rest of us. And you can see it there. He's in the clearing. He's only got a few hundred feet left. Adam's still
Oh.
kind of chopping his way
Oh.
through, getting some good
Good
luck on
kick.
that double kick. That was about to go into a spot that, I mean,
You don't
he would
want to be
hate
in.
it. Yeah, you don't want to be down there. Here's Cale's drive. With some huge D, you can get up there. And
Oh,
have
this
a
is
look at
Riley.
three. Oh, this is Riley, rather. And you know, Riley's put this on a great line.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, Ralph.
He's going to be right at the mouth there, looking at it.
Yeah, he likes that. And so now we're getting to Cale's drive, and he's just got that tree in the way. He's he's gonna throw a backhand, and he could be scraping his knuckles across that tree trunk. But he's seen lies like this a million times before in his years of playing. So we'll see what he can do here today. It might be a little early. We'll see where it ends up.
He made it over.
Yeah, a little short and a little left.
What is Adam lane 3 here? Something like that.
Yeah, that was his third shot.
Yep. So he's on a par 5, lane 4. He's playing this one well for not having a great drive off the tee.
Alex is trying to throw it in.
Alex is looking for that eagle 3. Here we got Riley with a long look. He's still lane 2, which is amazing to think that
He made it into that second gap, what we were talking about.
Yeah, he's playing this hole well. Let's see if he can draw some metal for this eagle attempt.
Low ceiling around the basket makes this a tough putt.
Get up.
You can see that wind picking up.
Yeah, they're feeling it here. It's in Minnesota, and Wisconsin here. If it's not one thing, it's the other. And today we got the beautiful skies and nice temps, but the wind's blowing. So these guys have to adapt, and they wouldn't be great if they couldn't do it every round. Alex getting a birdie 4. Good on him for knocking down one that went a little long in a 675-foot hole. Cale also getting a birdie. Riley's going to tap one in too. And then I think Adam's going to get that par. So these guys played this hole 3 under par. And really, it's a challenging hole.
3 birdies is pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't play like that. See here, we got hole 14, 535 feet. We got a Mando in the clearing here. Alex is going to try to navigate it with that zone to beat that a little bit left of the Mando and then settle down where he'll have a look for his shot across this next valley.
It's a good spot to land over there.
Yeah, he loves that lie. Cale's going to try to go maybe a little low backhand. Maybe try to cut a little off in this corner. If he
You
can
don't
get
want to
clean.
hyzer in early. That's the thing.
He played that well. He's playing placement.
He's
there.
still in the fairway. That's nice.
We'll see what Riley can do off the trees. Line up that backhand. Got good turn on it if it's
That's
low
looking
enough.
good.
Yeah, he's right up by Alex, maybe a little bit further.
He's getting even further than Alex.
Yeah, these guys are playing this textbook. See if Adam can follow suit. Looks like he does.
He's going to be right around where Cale landed.
So Cale's a little early on the corner, but he could launch them up over the tree or whatever, get creative and maybe get close enough to get a birdie 3 on this par 4. But he's still trying to eyeball it up because it is blind.
He's going to go with the super hyzer.
Yeah, and it's reachable. I mean, he's probably 250 out, but if you throw in Pier Heiser, I mean that's like over these trees, that's 400 power for sure. And you can see how hard he got on that, and Cale's no slouch. I mean, he can pound a disc.
Wait for it.
It sounded clean. It sounded like someone was spotting for him. Alex is he went long. Maybe doesn't like this lie as much as I thought he would.
Well,
He
he
really
doesn't
ain't
like
like that.
He doesn't like that little thing.
Yeah. He's got a lot of restraint. I would have probably ripped that out, and that's not allowed, but most guys would, because it'd just frustrate him to have a great drive and be there. And
No, he hit it
really
again.
wants to kill it.
Just powered through it.
Yeah.
Great shot.
So, yeah. Adam's still a little tight on that corner. So a lot of these drives that I thought were going to be great, sadly aren't, because you can see
How
what they
small?
show-
How
yeah.
small of a window you really have
Yeah.
for your second shot?
Yeah, this whole calls for a lot. And he went with that forehand turnover, and
That looks good.
They're thrown across the valley here, and if you don't beat that valley that they're trying to clear, you can be looking at a really challenging upshot.
You could easily roll to the bottom of it.
Yeah, there's all sorts of dynamics on this hole. There's a crick. Does that play OB or is that casual at the bottom of this?
It's casual.
That's a casual crick. You don't see it on camera now, but it's in there, and it's in the back of their mind, because that could mean a really challenging lie when they have to take relief from that casual crick. Because you're staring right up at a basket that's 20, 30 feet of elevation above your head. So this is Riley's drive, and he's definitely in the best position out of everyone.
Yeah, this is the ideal drive right here.
Yeah, he's in A1 position, and good on him for getting it here.
Just keep it. Oh, he's going high.
He launched.
I don't know if he needed to go that high, but
Yeah, I don't think I would have played that way, but then again, I don't question his thought process there. But there is a lower gap that he could have went more direct at it there.
so this is the putt we were talking about.
Yeah, here's Cale looking way uphill. The camera really doesn't do it justice here, because he could barely probably see the band on this. It's so uphill from his lie. And I'm kind of the same thing. Maybe he's a little closer. I just didn't really commit to that, but he's still looking for par 4. Riley's laying 2. He could get a birdie. He's a little closer, maybe circle's edge.
It's ideal to get up on that flat spot,
Yeah,
but
you want to be up top.
I'm sure he'll take this shot.
So we've seen Cale, we've seen Adam, and now Riley. I wonder where Alex landed. Maybe up top, hopefully, for birdie 3.
There you go, Riley.
Nice, baby.
Good for him to convert.
It's a great putt.
Yeah. Yeah, the upshot really makes this hole, and you got to put yourself in an excellent position to give yourself an upshot for that birdie 3. And he scrambled a little bit, but it's a great 3 for him. Alex is up top. See if he can make a 3. And he can.
There we go.
Nice birdie for him. So it looks like we'll get 2 birdies, 2 pars if these guys kept him close on their upshots.
Looks like Adam's going for a 4 here.
Yeah, this will be for his par, and he left it long, and it's easy to do on this hole. And he's wishing for a number plate there. These vortexes do not have them, and you can easily launch off the top of these baskets. And he's got the same putt coming back, and he took a bogey.
Take the bogey. He's not happy.
No, yeah, he just went, from what felt like a pretty much drop in par to bogey. So yeah, distance control is huge when you're staring up that hill, and it's something that not a lot of people keep in the back of their mind. Hole 15, 265. It's got another double fairway. You got this straight gap that's really cut off. Alex is going to throw the forehand up that straight gap.
Nice shot.
There is a clearing off to the left there that you can kind of shape a forehand hyzer around, or maybe backhand turnover. Alex played it well. It's not that easy. Riley's going to shape that backhand. Yeah, he's kind of looking at what I'm talking about here, that left side.
To go up that way. I tried like 8 shots and not one of them went clean.
Alex is talking about his decision making here, and that left side really isn't as clean as
Swing it low
As it
on
looks.
the side,
As it
so
looks.
it's about the same spot if you threw straight ahead.
I'm gonna go tight. And just
It's like one of those holes. The shortest distance between point A and B is straight at it, and that outside route is just something to make you think about.
yeah, you're playing for 3 once you go over there. Unless
Like
you
if you want to birdie this hole, you can throw that gap and get lucky, but you got to get it even higher than that. He might have a look, but
he really played that one interesting. I would like to see that in person, but the result looks like it's up there for a putt. Cale's probably going to throw
M4.
M4. This is a great M4 hole for him. And he's going to go down the Alex line.
Put some hyzer on it and hope for it to flip a little bit. He's going to have a good shot there.
Yeah, that's shot's not that easy, so.
That's
really
the way
make
I
it easy.
designed this hole to be played.
Adam's throwing the forehand up
Oh,
that
this
side.
looks good.
That's juicy.
He got a little skip.
You
to
get
his
past
side.
that corner and anything's possible on that through that route.
Yeah, so Riley left his short. He's got about a 40, maybe 50-foot putt.
He was
For
the
birdie
one
two.
that took the outside.
Yeah, he went outside and, just so much distance to get.
So you can see, like, if it was a little higher, I think he might have gotten, another 20 feet on his drive. And
Yeah, he got into the limbs up high. It's low ceiling around the green, and that came into play for his.
a lot of these holes, you do have to test the ceiling. Like it's got to be up there, but you throw it too high and you get knocked down.
Here's Adam went long with that forehand. That means Cale and Alex are close.
Oh.
That low.
A little low.
Been a great pickup for him. Here's Alex. I think he threw his zone here. And that's just so impressive for him to get that kind of reach on a tight line through this.
There you go, Alex.
Getting a birdie. Cale's eyeballing this too. I mean, he earned it with that drive, so hopefully he can convert with this, just inside circle one. But
No, that's
loving
another
that.
right side spit that he got. That happened to him on hole 10.
Yeah, he put it with some pace there too. It just might have been a little bit right, a little bit too much pro side, but sometimes those drop and sometimes they don't. And the days when they all drop, man, you're loving it. I mean, you're playing some of the best rounds of your life when you get all those good breaks. Moving on to 16, after Riley taps in here. This next hole's gettable. Alex got a birdie on 15 here.
So
we
one
got-
birdie. He's slowly making his move.
Yeah, we got 220 going, a little bit left to right shape. Alex is probably going to throw that, that.
Same
I think
disc.
he's got a Nuke OS. Maybe
Mine yesterday.
he went to the zone, but that thing was moving. He ain't liking that that shot. But there's, it's guarded to get that left to right action on this hole. You're throwing over a little bit of a gully. I mean, it's only 50, 60 feet away, but
It's another one of those holes where if you hit one of those trees up high, it'll just knock you all the way down to the bottom of that
yeah. And that
ravine.
place,
And then you're blind from down there. And
you're blind, but you're not taking a penalty
yeah,
shot.
it's
correct?
not. It's just like that last hole where
Yeah.
the water doesn't play OB.
Yeah, it's casual, but it's still, it's almost like natural OB because you get down there
Oh,
and
that
you're
was
blind.
looking good.
Riley put a good move on
There
that.
is a sneaky inside lane there if you come in a little early of that V tree.
Cale's looking to turn something over here backhand. We haven't seen very good drives yet so far, so maybe he can show us how it's done. Yeah, a
Nice
little bit
and
of
high
leaf.
and let it glide in there.
That
Perfect.
leaf, and yeah, he's loving that. Adam's gonna go forehand and maybe smooth this one up there. Yeah, he likes that. Alex is a little ways out. He's kind of out of position for birdie. So just laying up for that 3 good on him. We got Riley thinking about it. Not too much danger long, so
He's going to be a little obstructed.
yeah.
He's got that cluster of trees in front of him. That's why he's thinking so hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's cleared pretty far behind the basket, so you can get away with running one here. But he's going to have to get really tricky to thread something through this clump of trees immediately ahead of him. Oh, it sounded like he got the cage there, maybe.
Yeah, pretty good run. I think he hit the bucket.
Okay, here's Adam's 2 look.
There we go.
He loves it.
Nice.
Good for him. 2 here feels good because, I think that's where the scoring separation comes from on this hole is everybody can throw the shot, but not everyone's going to get that
Cale
break through the
absolutely
trees.
parked.
Yeah, Cale was parked. I mean, he's an excellent player, and it shows. All these guys can play well, but they just didn't get that lucky break through the treetops.
So we had one birdie with the forehand, one birdie with the backhand.
Hole 17, we got 210. It's a straight tunnel, but there's some little guardians right in the way. I'm thinking that there can be some 2s here, maybe some are ace runs, and yeah, you got that one big tree that you just got to beat.
The one tree in the middle.
Yeah. And Cale went around it with a nice little hyzer.
There you
Probably,
go.
Yeah.
He's probably seen 1,000 shots like this in his day, and he just knows what to do. See if Adam can follow suit. Yeah, he'll look for a putt there.
Oh, yep. No bad.
Oh, that's not where you want to go.
Yeah, left that way right outside, but maybe all right. See if Riley can get one up there. It's got to move.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Alex got a little work.
Alex is an excellent putter, and there's an outside chance that he could drain this for 2.
Yeah, he's just going to jam this thing.
Yeah, he's I'd say he's outside the circle here, and he's just going to spin this one in. Left a little high, sadly, but and just zinged out.
That was really the first example of the nubless
yeah,
launch off the bucket,
These cages don't have nubs, and they can really send them.
especially if you have a hard putter.
Oh, yep. Yeah, and then Alex putts with the most firm discraft magnets available. So he's in for his 3. Riley's loving that too right now. I mean, he's got all of his equipment
Bag
on his back,
chair in hand.
chair in hand.
That's confidence.
Adam got a nice 2. So played this hole under par. We're going into our final hole, 18, 325. This is slightly uphill. It's basically straight with a slight right finish. And these guys can pound one, but they got to beat this gap. Cale did it. But,
That's how you play it.
Oh, that's pretty.
Great shot, Cale.
yeah.
That gap right there really intimidates a lot of people.
Yeah, it can make you pay.
So you got to hit that gap, and then you have to miss that one single tree.
Yeah, Adam didn't do it. So he's coming off that birdie. Now he's looking like, can I even save 3? Riley's got the move to get there. We'll see if he can thread this gap. He left it right on that Adam side, so that's... I mean, he's got a better chance to save 3, but we'll see if he can do it. Alex is going forehand here, and this
That
is
looks
just
nice.
amazing.
He got some great ground play.
Yeah.
There, now you can see the basket.
Riley's in a tough spot. He's got a lot of ground to cover. Yeah, he's got things in his backswing and everything. But I'd imagine Adam would trade lies with him once we see Adam's lie in a second here.
Shot.
Yeah, it's tough. He didn't have much more than just a little trick shot. Riley trying to save 3. He's a long ways out, but he could still make this one splash. Spinning it in there. A little bag kick. He's frustrated, but I think he still played this course under par. He had a hole in the front nine that was a little challenging, but since then he kind of recovered and played the course well. Here's Adam to try to finish things off, and he'd be looking at a bogey at best.
Cale's look for birdie.
Looks like Cale's going to try to go a little bit left to right on this. Little spin putt around that tree.
See how far up Alex got
is
with
just
that.
way up there.
Oh, he probably got another. He got probably 75 feet on a ground skip.
Yeah, and this is 325, but it is uphill and it is not easily reachable. Alex is carding the only birdie there, and it's well deserved because he just played the tee shot, like everyone dreams to. So these guys are just finishing up their round here. We got Cale tapping into par, and these other gentlemen are going to card 4s to finish out. What these guys shoot? Cale and Alex.
Alex shot a 51. Cale shot a 52.
So yeah, barking at that double digits under par, and excellent round.
And then next round, they're going to be joined by Gavin Rothbaum, who shot the hot round of a 50, and Noah Mensma at 52. So that should be fun on the
Ryan,
Eagles Peak course.
Riley and Adam are going to drop off, and coming up we got round 3 of the Lake Superior Open 2019 on Eagles Peak, and it's going to be a showcase event because these guys are going to be able to really flex their muscles and launch
Pretty wide
discs.
open, deuce or die. So,
Well, thanks for having me, Logger.
yeah, thanks for being here, Bart.
I appreciate the opportunity to do some commentary on it.
See you guys next time.